My dear student, I am Jignasha and today we are going to discuss about the new chapter number 14, Some Natural Phenomena. So students, let's begin. We have experienced natural phenomena all the time, such as sunrise, wind, rain, sunset are all natural phenomena. These phenomena are relatively mild to us, although they are very important to our existence. But we hardly notice them as we go through our daily chaos, as they are common occurrences. But students, there are some others very striking and drastic natural phenomena that do make us pause and notice them. Here are few pictures. Can you identify the phenomena? Yes, the first one is tornado, the second one is tsunami, next earthquake and lightning. So dear student, in this chapter we will learn about two natural phenomena in a little bit detail. The first one, lightning and earthquake. Both lightning and earthquakes can cause tremendous damage to life and property. So dear student, in this chapter we will learn about precautions we have to take to try to protect ourselves from them, and also we'll be learning about electric charges. So let's begin. The first topic which we are going to see is about lightning. Lightning is caused by electric charge. Therefore, students, we first have to learn a few basic things about electric charges and how they behave. All matter is made up of atom, and every atom is made up of positive charge particles, negative charge particles and neutral particles. The positively charged particles in an atom are known as proton. The negative charged particles are known as electrons, and neutron does not have any charges. So all matter is made up of atom, or atom is made up of three charged particles. Positive charged particles, they are known as protons. Negatively charged particles, they are known as electron, and without charges the particles are known as neutron. Students, you can see in the diagram, electron, proton and neutron all are present. The negative charge ions are electron, then positive charge ions, that are protons, and neutrons does not carry any charges, are also present. Generally, the atom as a whole is electrically neutral. इसका मतलब कि equal number of positive or negative charge will be present. That's why the atom is electrically neutral. But if charges are not balanced, the atom will have electric charges. मीन्स अगर प्रोटॉन्स ज़्यादा होंगे ना तो एटम विल बी हैविंग पॉजिटिवली चार्ज, एंड if electrons are more then atom will have negative charge. So this is about the structure of atom. That is, atom is made up of positive charge, negative charge, and generally atom as a whole is electrically neutral. But if somehow the charges are not balanced, the atom will have electric charges. Now we will see what happens when the two charged objects are brought close to each other. If the objects are having same charges, that is positive positive or negative negative, are brought close to each other, they will repel each other, or you can say they will move apart from each other. Means you can see in the diagram, the two objects having a positive charge are brought close to each other, they are moving away from each other. Positive positive, negative negative. But if oppositely charged objects are brought towards each other, then they will attract each other. Means positive charge and negative charge, or negative charge or positive charge objects are brought together, they will attract each other, or you can say they will move towards each other. So we can conclude that like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. Now this was about the charges of the atom. Now next we are going to see about charging an object. How you can charge a object which is electrically neutral. Students, most objects around us are electrically neutral because they have equal number of positive and negative charges. That is, number of protons and electrons are equal. This electrically neutral object can be charged by three different methods. The first one is by friction, the second is by conduction, and third is by induction. So, we will discuss all the three one by one. The first we are going to discuss is charging by friction. This type of charging is done by rubbing one material with another. इसमें कोई भी एक मटेरियल को दूसरे मटेरियल के साथ रब करेंगे तो ऑब्जेक्ट जो है वो चार्ज हो जाएगा, और यू कैन से द मटेरियल विल गेट चार्ज. एंड द मोस्ट कॉमन एग्जाम्पल इज रबिंग ग्लास विथ सिल्क, एंड अनदर इज एबोनाइट विथ वुल. ये एबोनाइट जो है ना एक काइंड ऑफ रबर होता है, और उसको वुल के साथ रब करेंगे, वुल मीन्स ऊन के साथ रब करेंगे, देन द चार्ज विल बी प्रोड्यूस. सो चार्जिंग बाय फ्रिक्शन इज डन बाय रबिंग वन मटेरियल विथ अनदर. And now let's see what happens when glass rod is rubbed with a silk piece. When glass rod is rubbed with a piece of silk, the negative charge are transferred from glass to silk, and therefore the glass will left with positive charge and the silk piece will acquire negative charge. जब हम ग्लास रॉड और सिल्क को रब करेंगे ना तो ग्लास रॉड पे पॉजिटिव चार्ज आ जाएगा और सिल्क जो है उस पे नेगेटिव चार्ज आएगा. सो दिस इज चार्जिंग इज डन बाय रबिंग ग्लास विथ सिल्क. Next example which we are going to discuss is of ebonite rod with piece of wool. Students, if ebonite rod is rubbed with wool, the negative charge are transferred from piece of wool to the ebonite rod, and ebonite rod will become negatively charged and wool becomes positive charge. So in the figure also you can see if one rod, black color rod is of ebonite and pink color piece is of wool. When we are rubbing both of them, then ebonite rod will be having negative charge as positive charge are transferred to the piece of wool. So this is how we can charge a body with the method of friction. In this way, we can charge the object by rubbing one with another, that is charging by friction. Next method which we are going to see is charging by conduction. Students, in this method, just you have to keep charged and uncharged body in touch with each other, so that the charges from the charged body will be transferred to uncharged body. So what is this method? An object can be charged by making it touch a charged body. Let us take an example. In the figure you can see a glass rod is there with a positive charge and a metal object is there without any charge. Now if we are keeping both the glass rod and metal object in touch with each other, then the positive charge from the glass rod will be transferred to the metal object, and now the metal object will get positive charge. So this is the method of charging an object by conduction. One more thing that you have to remember, that the nature of the charge acquired by uncharged body will be same as that of charged body. अगर हम ग्लास रॉड जो है उसका कौन सा था, पॉजिटिव चार्ज था, तो मेटल ऑब्जेक्ट को भी पॉजिटिव ही चार्ज आएगा. बट अगर हम कोई भी नेगेटिव चार्ज बॉडी लेके आएंगे तो मेटल ऑब्जेक्ट विल एक्वायर नेगेटिव चार्ज. सो द नेचर ऑफ द चार्ज एक्वायर विल बी सेम एज दैट ऑफ चार्जिंग बॉडी. ओके, सो दिस इज charging by conduction. An object can be charged by making it touch a charged body. Next, the last method which we are going to discuss is charging by induction. In this method, the charged object is kept at some distance from the object which is to be charged. Means जो charge object है वो थोड़े डिस्टेंस पे रखेंगे. किससे? तो कि अनचार्ज ऑब्जेक्ट से, और फिर चार्जेस का ट्रांसफ़र होगा. उस टाइप की मेथड को हम कहेंगे चार्जिंग बाय इंडक्शन. सो इन चार्जिंग बाय इंडक्शन द चार्जिंग इज डन विदाउट द चार्ज ऑब्जेक्ट touching the object that has to be charged. So in the figure we have taken an example. A glass rod is brought close to the metal object and charges are transferred, but they are not touching each other. मीन्स ये डायग्राम में भी देख सकते हैं कि ग्लास रॉड को जो है थोड़ा दूर रखा है मेटल ऑब्जेक्ट से, और चार्जेस जो है ट्रांसफ़र हो रहे हैं कहाँ से? ग्लास से मेटल ऑब्जेक्ट पे. सो इस मेथड को हम कहेंगे चार्जिंग बाय इंडक्शन. सो इन दिस मेथड चार्जिंग इज डन विदाउट द चार्ज बॉडी touching the object that is to be charged. So these are the three methods which we have discussed how we can charge an object. The first one was charging by friction, then second charging by conduction, and the third one was charging by induction. Now we are going to see about transfer of charges. Okay, how this charges can be transferred and which instrument works on this principle. Students, electric charges can be transferred from a charged object to another through metal conductors, and we know that metals are good conductors, so charges can also be transferred through conductors, and electroscope is an instrument which works on this principle. So electroscope is a device which is used to detect as well as measure the electric charges. और अगर हम इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप के बारे में देखें तो इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप में 2 पतली मेटल स्ट्रिप होती है, उसे हम लीव्स भी कहते हैं। क्यों उसे लीव्स कहते हैं? क्योंकि ये पत्ते की तरह बहुत ही पतली होती है एंड इट इज़ कनेक्टेड टू मेटल नॉब बाय अ मेटल रॉड। तो ऊपर एक गोल सा मेटल का जो है पीस होगा और वो मेटल रॉड से कनेक्टेड होगा। सो दिस इज़ अबाउट एन इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप, अ डिवाइस which works on the principle that electric charges can be transferred through metal conductors, and it is used to detect as well as measure the electric charges. And when we see about the structure, how it is made, so it consists of 2 very thin metal strips which are also known as leaves because they are very thin, and these metal strips are connected to a metal knob by metal rod. You can see in the diagram also, one knob is there, round knob is there, it is connected to a metal rod, and at the end of the rod there are 2 metal leaves which are yellow in color, and this whole is kept inside a glass vessel. अब हम देखेंगे कि ये इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप काम क्या करता है। तो जब भी हम कोई भी चार्ज बॉडी लेके आएंगे तो हमें उसे नॉब पे टच कर देना है। जैसे ही नॉब पे हम टच करेंगे ना तो चार्जेस जो है नॉब से मेटल रॉड और मेटल रॉड से मेटल लीफ पे जो है पास हो जाएंगे। जैसे ही चार्जेस मेटल लीव्स पे आएंगे तो वो स्ट्रिप जो है एक दूसरे से दूर हो जाएगी, दैट मीन्स दे विल मूव अपार्ट फ्रॉम ईच अदर। और इस तरह हम चेक कर सकते हैं कि बॉडी जो है चार्ज है कि नहीं है। सो हाउ द इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप वर्क? अ चार्ज बॉडी इज मेड टू टच द नॉब ऑफ अ इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप. Then the charges will be transferred to the thin metal strip through metal rod, and the strip will move away from each other, and electroscope is used to check if the body is carrying charges or not. So this is how electroscope works to check if the body carries a charge. Now we'll be discussing about discharging and earthing. Students, when a charged object comes in contact with a body which is not charged, then electric charges jump from charged body to the uncharged body till the charges on the 2 bodies are equal, and this process is known as discharging. So what is discharging? When charged object को अनचार्ज ऑब्जेक्ट के पास रखेंगे तो चार्जेस जो है चार्ज ऑब्जेक्ट से अनचार्ज ऑब्जेक्ट में ट्रांसफ़र होंगे, उस प्रोसेस को हम डिस्चार्जिंग कहेंगे। और ये डिस्चार्जिंग कब तक होता जाएगा? जब तक दोनों ऑब्जेक्ट दैट इज़ चार्ज और अनचार्ज ऑब्जेक्ट के चार्जेस जो है इक्वल हो जाएं, या तो कह सकते हो दोनों बॉडीज़ के चार्जेस जो हैं बैलेंस्ड हो जाएंगे, तब तक ये चार्जेस जो है ट्रांसफ़र होते रहेंगे और ये पूरे के पूरे प्रोसेस को हम डिस्चार्जिंग कहेंगे। Now we'll be talking about earthing. So when a body comes in contact with the earth, either directly or indirectly, then the charges are discharged into the earth. This is known as earthing. तो जब चार्ज बॉडी अपने चार्जेस को अर्थ में ट्रांसफ़र करेगी तो उस प्रोसेस को हम अर्थिंग कहेंगे. So this is about discharging and earthing.